Alright, welcome back everybody. I've got my placement matches here for Season 2. I missed placement match number 1 in the recording, but we've got 2 through 10. So I'm hoping to be able to share kind of what my plan is for RTA this season. Use some of those new units I talked about. I got my Ethna in there this time, which I'm excited about. And we'll kind of see how we go. In general, it goes pretty well. I sped up the speed to 2.2 times normal speed, because to do these 10 matches it took me about 30 minutes, which was, you know, a decently good speed, but I feel like you can kind of get what's going on without watching it in real time. So Ethna went first, tried to get the stun, missed it, cooled down the Varad, which is what I wanted to do, because I feel like Varad's the control threat here. Whenever they bring double immunity, I'm still having issues with team selection. So I feel like this team isn't my best team against almost anything, because it's a lot of support control monsters. But if they have double immunity, I feel like they have better support in general, because they don't get affected by any debuffs, whereas I'm getting, you know, defense broken, I'm getting slept, all that good stuff. So you can see they're sort of controlling me, which with Okeanos, my goal is to control them. With Ethna, I'm trying to defense break and stun, and it's just not going well. I can tell that one's over right away, so we move on. That's something I want to get better at this season, which is sort of an odd thing to get better at, is losing. I want to lose faster. So there's my Bastet first pick. I want to try to do that almost every time. If they pick double wind, I'm more than happy to pick double fire. Though, to be honest, I would pick Okeanos almost every game anyway, and Perna most games. So already I'm not liking what I'm seeing here. I brought the Bastet for the second reset, and Leica, just because I feel like Leica is a pretty good counter to anything with AoE. If I see an Arya, I want to bring a Leica. And one thing I want to try to do this season is bring more Liebli as well. Anything that is forced to attack my monsters, I want to punish them for attacking a certain monster that they wouldn't normally attack. Like if they have an AoE, they don't really get a choice. So Velajul's reset, which is nice. We're going to start working on Vela and the Magic Knight. One thing that I didn't do a lot of last season that, you know, as I've been working on it, I've done more and more, is attack those irises. Do not leave them around. They're pretty squishy relative to everything else, and they're just a mess. They will just mess you up if you leave them around. So if given the chance, I will try to prioritize Iris as much as possible. So the Vela gets his full immunity up. Perna's still hanging tough, and they're targeting the Perna, which is really smart. I was able to reset the Poseidon. Poseidon's another great control monster that I want to try to deal with whenever I can. The Seal Magic is so strong. I think it's probably one of the strongest moves in RTA. So that one turned out well. I was just able to reset enough and do enough damage to outlast. All right, another one of those guys. I feel like I face them every time. Ganymede, I believe he's called. I face them over and over and over. So it's nice. I feel like Poseidon is not a counter. I don't feel like he really has a good counter, but he helps deal with the shenanigans he's going to do. You know, if I can go first, fingers crossed, I can reset whoever he refreshes skill times if I get a second. So this is kind of what I try to do. This team's already going to be a problem for me because they've got double speed lead. And, you know, Tiana is a booster, which will boost into their whole team, and then Ganymede is always going to be fast. Usually, almost always built fast, but on violent. So there's sort of a speed cap to a Ganymede. I would say you don't really expect to see a Ganymede over 250. So they ban my booster, my Bastet, which is unfortunate, but I do get the speed lead in Sierra. Oh, the Tiana going first is just brutal. So my Liebli in play here, you know, it's paired with Ciara, but I don't feel like he needs to be paired with Ciara. So he's doing a ton of damage to start the match. I'm pretty worried here. I don't remember if Pisama has reset my Perna or not, or Ganymede for that matter. I can't remember. But I get into my combo a little bit here before things get too bad. I reset his Pisama, which is really nice to do. And then I'm just going down the list of what is squishy, what is a threat. You know, I don't want to be defense broken. So Gemini is a problem. Using my bomb as control. Pretty much all my bombs are control. I was talking to some people yesterday, and they were looking at my Sierra and my Liebli, and they were just like, no, this is not how you build either of these monsters. My Sierra is faster than my Liebli. Neither of them has any damage, but they both have bombs, which are great for control, and the Liebli is an AoE control with damage. And I like it because you can put it on a timer, so you can fit in Okeanos when you want, as long as I don't have a passive cleanse, which the only passive cleanse I see in RTA is Raccoony. So this is going to be a really rough match here. Anytime I see Amelia, I'm not really sure what to do. I bring Whenever I see a Camilla, my counter is Leica and Sierra, because either one I feel like has a pretty good chance of countering Camilla. Not guaranteed, but those are my only options, so that's what I gotta bring. I bring the Pra just because it looks like it's going to be a tanky match. It's going to be sustain heavy, and I need to bring something to do that. Whenever I get into a sustain match without any sustain of my own, I'm in big trouble. So in terms of speed tuning, my Sierra going before any of my strippers on the other team is a problem. Getting a reset on the Wusa is fantastic. Leica, when he's not countered by immunity, is great control, especially if they go right after him, which they should. So they're going after him big time. He's controlled one unit. Now I need to play avoid Raccoony with bombs. So I'm bombing whoever has the highest HP so that Raccoony doesn't cleanse, and I'm working on everyone else. I feel like monkeys are another unit you want to go after. Fire monkeys are a unit you want to go after pretty quickly, because left alone, they're a mess. They get stronger and stronger. They hit really hard. They're usually not built full tank, so they're built to do damage. All right, so I'm still cooling down. The Leica getting a stun on the Camilla was super, super nice. I didn't expect that, and you really don't see it very much. Getting a Camilla out of commission for a full round is so good. I mean, it's so good that I'm not even using my AoE stun with my, Okeanos, because I don't want to disturb her. I want her to have a pleasant nap. So I'm working on the Raccoony. That went better than I expected. Banning the Amelia was a great call. I don't know how to deal with Amelia. I don't have anything that can cleanse or can AoE strip every single turn. I feel like an Iris might be a good counter, but even then, the Amelia is just so strong. So he's got double water into my double fire, which is great for him. I'm a little worried, but hey, I get the Liebli. I get to bring the Liebli this time. I'm really excited about seeing that Liebli in RTA this season. I really feel he has a strong kit for control, and he doesn't want to get hit, because if he gets hit, he's going to revenge. He's going to cool himself down. Mine is currently on Vampire, but based on how he performed in these few matches, I might give him my best set of Despair runes, because if he can be despairing every single counter, that's going to make him so good. So I was able to get the cooldown on Veligil, and I got the stun to follow it up, which didn't really matter because he was already cooldown. I believe he was cooldown. Maybe I missed something. And now I'm just working on CR. Liebly's sitting under a bomb, and now what I have to decide is what to do with CR. Do I hit it? No, I let Liebli follow up and get the kill and use my max damage Perna on the Veligil. So now we're just burning down Veligil, and we've got 2 units left to go. That was a really nice way to open that match. I don't particularly know why I started working on the Chow. I think it was because I had more confidence in being able to let the bombs hit and control him. But honestly, I couldn't tell you. So we're just going to let Chow chill out there. We're going to work on Camilla a little bit. It's not super easy with fire units, but Leica does do a great job of controlling Camilla. If you ever see a Camilla and you happen to have a Leica, I would bring her every time, even though it's elemental disadvantage. I would put Leica head-to-head against Chow. I would put Leica head-to-head against almost any monster as long as they don't have immunity. All right, next match. Bastet to lead. We get double immunity. And the Okeanos, I feel like, is a good call there. The Sierra, probably not so much. But I definitely do want the double reset against these sorts of comps. That's what I found works. My only issue here, looking at my picks, I bring the Ethna again, so I'm going to get to go first, I think. But my only issue looking at the picks is I don't see a lot of DPS. And that's been my issue in some of my losses. He pops out the Wedjat, the Light Horus, which I'm not really familiar with. Looking at his kit, it looks ridiculous. Defense buff, decreased crit chance, and a automatic... He's sort of like the Dark One, except he boosts other people, not himself. And he boosts them by 30% per turn, plus an attack buff. Which is just so good. You can speed tune him, I would assume, to have someone go right before him, so they're almost always lowest attack bar. And I think he's insane. He's got to be really good with that speed lead too. So this match started off about as poorly as this comp can, with the double reset miss on Varad, followed by Varad completely controlling my comp. So already I'm not feeling great, because my whole goal was to not get controlled by Varad, which probably wouldn't have won anyway, but it's just a poor way to start off the match. So my Ethna's lack of tankiness is kind of showing off here. They found her. they've identified her as squishy, and she just got destroyed pretty quickly. So at this point, they've got more control than me. They've got immunity. They don't have any healing, but they have the shield, which is the same thing as heals that can come back up. And my options are running slim. I don't have enough DPS to deal with, I would say, either water monster. So I know I'm done here. I'm kind of just playing around to see how these different units can interact. But I know I got outpicked here big time. This was probably the worst instance of me getting outpicked in this whole set. So something to work on next time. I didn't bring any sustain. I brought kind of weak control against double immunity, which was really, really poor. But I get an instant chance to redeem myself. I've got the same double immunity that I see all the time. I see Wusa Vela all the time, and I'm sure you guys do too. So I'm like, okay, got to do better, right? So the Praha immediately. I'm bringing the Gemini. I didn't lead with the Bastet for some reason. Having that Bastet last turn, I was just like, I don't know, and seeing that immunity go up was rough. Probably what I should do is if I pick second and I see immunity start, I should probably leave Bastet on the bench, because most immunity comps are not going to bring like double bar boosters. If you see a Wusa, you're unlikely to see Faye Sierra, for instance. So back to this match. This match is starting off way better. I got to keep my Okeanos. I reset the Vela, which is just the way to start a match. I know that Lagmaron is going to be the issue, the DPS, but he doesn't have great targets. He's deciding not to go after the Praha, which is probably his best target in terms of DPS. Get my little control bomb off, and again, it's not a DPS bomb, it's a control bomb, to start bringing him down. Getting the resets to hit on the Vela are just, it's so great, because I need my debuffs, I need my dots, I need my bombs, I need all that stuff. Alright, so I can't bomb the Lagmaron here, because the Raccoon will just cleanse. Squall hits pretty hard, but my Sierra is a super tank, about as tanky as I can make her. So I'm hoping that bomb will do its job here. At least get the stun. Perfect timing on the Praha. And now we're just going to keep working on lag. I wish I'd gotten the cleanse. I'm sorry. I need to do a better job of that. I wish I had gotten the strip on the Lagmaron, but it doesn't end up mattering. It doesn't have a shield attached to it. Double bomb, and we're all done here. So leaving Raccoon for last is not the worst thing in the world. All right, that's 8 of 10. We got 2 matches left. We're feeling pretty good. We've lost a few. Okay, so we do Bastet. Bastet Okeanos is they're my 2. If I can get Bastet, Okeanos, Sierra, that's kind of like my 3 that everything else branches off from. All right, I've only seen 1 immunity, so I decided to bring the Liebli. And I haven't brought Teor out yet, and I want to try Teor. The issue with Teor is if I go second, he's basically dead. He doesn't have any survivability, so I need him to go first, and I need him to delete a unit first turn. As you can see, the Iris goes first, which is really bad news for me. Probably has more to do with the fact that he brought 2 speed leaders to guarantee her going first. I wouldn't be surprised if she is 260 speed. So that was a quick one. I had no chance there. That was a poor comp on my part. It was just I was out-comped. I picked wrong. And when I say out-comped, like, just because I'm out-comped doesn't mean I wouldn't lose anyway, but that was an instance where I put myself at a disadvantage. And I probably could have lost anyway, but it was a bad way to start the match. All right, I'm thinking Liebli here. I'm always thinking Liebli. I want that Liebli in there. I need to give him as much testing as I can because, if I'm not going to ruin him for AO, he better be really good in RTA because I'm basically committing to no bomber AO for 3 months as long as Liebli is ruined for RTA. So I want to ban the immunity because I don't know if they're going to ban Okeanos. And if they ban Okeanos, I have no way to remove immunity from all those tanks. Luckily, they banned Sierra. I'm a little bit lucky that I had enough threats that, it wasn't an instant ban on Okeanos. So here's what I'm dealing with. Another Liebli only set. The nice thing about Bastet Liebli combo is it makes up for his horrible attack a little bit. Not a lot, a little bit. And the quicker timer also helps my monsters that are low on attack like Sierra and Liebli. It hopefully will let them survive. And when the timer starts ticking, their attack goes up, they can do a little bit more damage. All right, so we got great luck on the stuns and the control. We've got a Varad coming back up into a bomb and heal block, which is really, really nice. And again, we went after that fire monkey right away. What's making this comp nice as compared to some of my ones that didn't work as well is it's got DPS. The Perna is DPS. If I just bring supports, I'm almost always going to get outpicked on supports. So This is my last placement match. I believe I finished 7-3, which is just fine. I was trying some new things, using some new units. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, you know, like, subscribe, hang out. I want to post lots of RTA. It's my favorite part of the game. So that's a wrap, guys. I appreciate y'all watching, and I will catch y'all next time. 70%. Later, everybody.